Well, Scorestreak variants are now live in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It was part of the May 2nd update. If you guys haven't installed, it's only like 900 megabytes. It shouldn't take you that long. But the good news about these Scorestreaks is they're part of the Quartermaster Scorestreak Lab, which you can purchase through salvage. So if you guys have plenty of salvage laying around, like I do, I haven't spent any salvage on weapon variants because honestly, I think Scorestreak variants are going to impact the game more than the weapon variants. So I'm glad I saved my salvage. Now, if I find any of these that are really good, I'm going to just buy them right off the bat because I want to showcase them for you guys. Now, we do have the Scarab, the first one coming up. It says increased frost duration, but with lower active lifetime. Honestly, I don't think that's very useful. Next up, we have increased movement speed, but has a heavier chassis, reducing its vertical boost capabilities. I honestly don't know if that's good. Maybe if you're playing the tactical TDM where it's boots on the ground, but I don't know how populated that is. So that's probably not that good either. Now, finally, we hidden through the use of reflective camo, but has lower movement speed. That's honestly pretty good. Moving on to the UAVs, we have one that stays active for a longer period of time, but has lower health. Honestly, people don't shoot at UAVs unless it's with a rocket or something. So honestly, this is going to be a really good UAV variant. You know what? We'll buy it. We're going to buy it. Next up, we have higher resistance against explosive weapons, but has a lower active lifetime. Honestly, I don't think that's very good. And then finally, we have increased assist points, but at a higher score streak cost. That'd probably be pretty decent. I'm going to save mine because I'm not sure if I want that one yet. Honestly, I think the rare is a little bit better. Next up, we have drone. It's pretty much, we got the fake care packages back. A fake low-cost care package filled with explosives. Okay, that's cool. Next up, we have the ability to rerun contents of the package with lower odds for higher tier score streaks. That's not the greatest thing in the world. And then finally, we have only contains higher tier score streaks, but at an increased cost. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you what like the actual increased amount is, so you kind of just have to hope someone else on the internet picks it up and they'll let you know beforehand. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go through and get these because I don't think that. Next up, we have the counter UAV. Stays active for a longer period of time, but has lower health. Honestly, that's pretty good. We'll buy that. Moving along, we have lower life, blah, blah, blah. Shuts down the enemy's HUD. That's honestly kind of like an EMP. That might not be bad. And then finally, we have on entry, all enemy equipment score streaks are destroyed, but the cost is increased by a vast amount. Alright, guys. I might end up buying that later. Let's see if there's any more. If I have plenty of salvage at the end of this, we'll probably buy that. We have the Vulture next up. Lower health, but with the ability to seek out and explode on a nearby target when reaching critical levels. That's honestly pretty good. Replaces radar mode with the ability to guard a specified location. That's pretty good as well. And then finally, we have moving Vulture that patrols the area looking for targets instead of following down her. Honestly, all of these variants for the Vulture are pretty good. I really don't ever run the Vulture, but if you guys do, these Scorestreak variants are honestly better than the base model. Moving along, we have the Trinity rocket. This first one is single payload with a large explosion that ripples outwards. So it's pretty much a giant Predator missile from previous CODs. Next up, we have the legendary that starts to implode on impact, sucking in nearby's enemy before exploding. So it's kind of like a grenade maybe? I don't know. And then finally, we have the ability to continuously fire a series of non-tracking missiles per launch. So that honestly might be pretty good if you can spam like 6 or 7 missiles off. I'm not sure how many they'll limit you to though. Next up, we have the Scorchers, and it says Scorchers fly in a single line striking the same path. I kind of think that takes away from the Scorcher, but oh well. The next one is increased movement speed, but requires a higher score streak cost. That might be okay. And then finally, manually choose strike paths for each plane. That honestly is pretty good. That's pretty good. Next up, in the Bombardment, explosive payloads arrive quicker, but at smaller capacity. That trade-off, I don't know, is really worth it. The ability to make an extra selection on the target map at a higher score streak cost, that's pretty good. And then finally, automatically locks onto and fires a single payload at each enemy position. Okay. Okay, that might be a little overpowered. I don't know. That might be a little overpowered. Moving along, we have the shock sentry here. We have a lower health turret with faster target acquisition. That might not be too bad. We have fire missiles at aerial targets. Charged rounds no longer shock nearby enemies. So this is pretty much like a SAM turret from Black Ops 1. Okay, and then finally we have slower firing turret that shoots multiple tracking missiles at targets. So all those seem like pretty decent trade-offs. Moving along, alright, this is where things should get interesting. The Warden. We have an extra flare. Holds an additional flare to deter lock-on missiles, but has lower active lifetime. The lower active lifetime, I don't know if that's a good trade-off. I mean, the Warden usually gets shot down. I don't know, that might be worth it, might not be. The lower lifetime kind of throws it away for me. Moving along, We have rear turret now fires bullets. However, both turrets fire at a slower rate. Honestly, I wouldn't notice the difference in that. And then finally, the new epic Showtime. We have delivers 3 care packages with a reduced chance of higher score streaks, or excuse me, higher tier streaks. Cost is vastly increased. So this is kind of like the, what was it called? The emergency airdrop in Modern Warfare 2, where it dropped multiple care packages. That's, honestly, that could be pretty cool. Moving on to the advanced UAV, this is where I'll probably start buying stuff. Stays active for a longer period of time, but has lower health. That's really good. Oh, why can't we buy this? Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. We can't buy it because we're not level 50. It's going to be, if they locked this behind the paywall of supply drops, I'd have been upset. But it's just because I'm level 47. So, guys, I will be purchasing this. Trust me. Next up, hidden through the use of reflective camo, but has lower movement speed. Honestly, that's pretty good as well because no one really cares about the movement speed. If you can't see it, that's fine. And then finally, enemy markers are always visible and updated in real time, but for a shorter duration. Now, guys, this is really good. Unfortunately, the shorter duration kind of sucks. This is making it a true orbital VSAT or Blackbird from Black Ops 1. This is what it should have been from the beginning of the game. The advanced UAV honestly isn't really worth it to me because it doesn't update in real time. I wish they would have just said, hey, an extra 200 points on this, and then you can have it instead of the shorter duration. So I probably will still get this. I haven't really gone for nukes in this game, but with all these new UAVs and counter UAVs, I might, once I get level 53, end up buying this stuff. Moving along to the T.H.O.R, we have higher resistance against explosive weapons, but has a lower active lifetime. That's not very good. Can switch flight direction with the use of LT. Okay, that might be okay. And then finally, we have tracking clusters are no longer player controlled and will freely seek out targets in view. Okay, that's honestly pretty good. That's pretty good. The RC8, let's see here. Please be good. Increased movement speed, but has a lower active lifetime. That's decent, but I don't like lower active lifetime. Replaces main weapon with a fast-firing energy machine gun. Honestly, the regular gun was good on this. I wouldn't want to change it. And then able to perform a short vertical boost by holding A without any trade-off. That's pretty solid. Higher resistance, explosives, blah, blah, blah. Lower active lifetime, that's not good. Missiles automatically seek out visible targets, but comes with a longer reload time. That's a decent trade-off. Equipped with a pair of high-damaging laser turrets. Guys, the ability to dash might be pretty solid. Might be. Let's see what we want to buy here. I do want to do the UAVs. But I don't have it unlocked yet. But honestly, I just want to see how much each of these costs. Where was the UAV? Actually, the Vulture, I never use it, but I might now. So it's 150. We got that. Then it's 3. And then, hey, that's honestly not that bad. We might end up just buying the counter UAV. We definitely want that EMP blast. That'll be pretty cool. What's the main UAV? Kickback, increase assist points. Yeah, that could help in getting higher streaks. Guys, we are dropping salvage left and right. Trinity rocket. That Trinity rocket honestly doesn't look bad. We'll try it out. Bombardment. Nah. Wait. You know what? We'll buy it. We got some salvage to blow. We will buy it. Nah, we don't want that. The Warden ones were kind of bad. Even the care package, I'm not feeling it. Lower score streaks, nah. T.H.O.R, that one honestly might be pretty cool. So 150, 350. So to unlock a full tier, guys, it's 900. It costs pretty much 900 salvage to get to the epic variant of the score streaks. RC8. I never really go for these high streaks, so I think that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys end up getting some of these score streaks. I'll let you know in a future video on how good these score streaks actually are. So I'm going to be uploading some more Infinite Warfare stuff today. The time this video is, have a video on the weapons that came out, the SMG, the one that looks like the Type 100, and the LMG, the minigun. And I'll probably also have a video sometime today or tomorrow on the Modern Warfare Remastered weapons. So my name's Kyle Gravy. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I'll see ya.